Welcome back. We are back with former prosecutor and former Pentagon Chief of Staff, Kash Patel. Kash, I want to know from you when you believe the FBI figured out that the lies were coming from the Clinton campaign. I know that in January 25th, 6th, and 7th, the FBI did meetings with the subsource on what exactly was in the dossier, and at that time they told them that it was garbage and they made it up. They had beers and embellished. But when do you believe the FBI figured out that all of this was just one political campaign trying to take down another?
I think they knew right away in the documents that we put out in the Nunes investigation, the Nunes memo, and the HIPSI report on Russian active measures show that the FBI knew right away because their FISA abuse process, now that declassification process is complete and your viewers can read it, that the FBI knew the information was fraudulent. They knew the credibility problems with Christopher Steele, and they knew the DNC through Fusion GPS and Perkins Coie were piping in tens of millions of dollars into the machine so that they could get up a FISA warrant on President Trump. So I think they knew right away, which is why I think the individuals at the head of the FBI need to be held accountable.
Wow. So they knew that it was garbage, and yet they still pursued a FISA warrant to wiretap Trump organization members like Carter Page. Will John Durham reel in any big fish, in your view?
Yeah, and I believe so. And let me just put this in perspective. When I was running large-scale conspiracy and fraud investigations, they took me 3, 4, 5 years to prosecute. John Durham's only in his second year of the most political scandal in U.S. history. So I believe within the next 6 months, look out for indictments against the folks like Fusion GPS and Glenn Simpson for helping perpetuate this fraud. And look out for individuals like Lisa Page and Peter Strzok. I believe they're already helping John Durham. They're cooperating with him to get the bigger fish like the Andy McCabe, who is the biggest fraudster next to James Comey. I think you're going to see these indictments start coming out on the individuals at the top. It's just going to take a few more months, but I remind your viewers, it takes a little bit of time to work these matters.
Unbelievable. And no surprise, the mainstream media gave them all jobs. All right, quick move on to Afghanistan. What really is getting me is the politicization happening within the military. President Biden says he strongly opposes an honorable discharge for service members who refuse the COVID-19 vaccine. He doesn't want them to get discharged with honor because they won't take the vaccine. Your thoughts on what's happening right now in terms of the military and all of these vaccine mandates?
Well, you hit it on the head. It is the ultimate politicization of the one apparatus that should never be politicized, starting with Milley, Austin, and Blinken and Biden. Look, it's offensive to me to see my Special Forces brothers that I served with have to step aside because they won't take the mandated vaccine. These are the guys that killed bin Laden. These are the guys that killed Baghdadi, that took out Soleimani, that go and rescue our American hostages overseas day in and day out. And they don't want their names to be known, but they want to serve their country. And for President Biden to force a vaccine on them is outrageous, when he won't even force a vaccine on the tens of thousands of Afghan refugees that are now coming into the United States of America. The height of hypocrisy there is outrageous, and it's showing with this politicization of the national security apparatus.
And extraordinarily, last week we saw General Mark Milley admit that he's been talking to all of these writers with their anti-Trump books instead of having a serious and well-thought-out plan out of Afghanistan. Your thoughts on what we learned on all of those hearings and testimonies that we heard last week from Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, blaming the State Department for delaying the evacuation of civilians out of Afghanistan. Look, you were there. You ran the DOD during the Trump administration. Your sense of all of this?
Yeah, it's outrageous. I mean, Milley is the new Kraken of the swamp for a reason. I mean, he's the most apolitical figure by law who's become the most political. Instead of spending time informing the president on how to safely evacuate out of Afghanistan, he's giving book interviews and lying to the American people. And instead of Lloyd Austin going into Congress and telling him we had a plan, not an evacuation emergency, he's telling the American people he doesn't even know. The Secretary of Defense does not know if there's 1,000 American citizens stranded in Afghanistan or not. And they have no plans to go and get them because they don't have a plan in place to work with our allies and on the ground. Instead, they're bringing home caskets of American soldiers because of their disastrous efforts. And then, you know, the U.S. government has failed the American public in the national security apparatus when they start blaming one another. The Secretary of Defense is blaming the State Department for not removing Americans. The State Department is not the Department of Defense. The DOD has the planes, the helicopters, the soldiers, the necessary equipment to go in and safeguard our personnel, not the diplomats. It's outrageous, and this is just going to get worse.
Really disturbing. Real quick, we got to jump. We're about to talk with Senator Marsha Blackburn about this, but you think we're going to go back to Afghanistan, that we're going to be forced to send troops in?
Yeah, look, Al-Qaeda and the Taliban and ISIS-K are already on the rise. It's what happens when you don't have a conditions-based withdrawal like we did under President Trump. It was what happens when you don't keep Bagram Airfield the brain center of our operation. And it's going to force us to go back in probably about a year time, tragically.
All right. We're going to talk about Bagram and the China Communist Party element when we come back. Kash, good to see you. Thank you so much.